When we're not pulling our hairs out, trying to figure out projects, we have these beautiful in-between moments where things are going good. Here are some of them. These are our old ones. Hunter is making them look nice and pretty, like this. Thanks, babe. I'll give you a little example. This is a new one he just put in. Look how shiny it is. I feel so lucky. We are loving this cute little kitchen. Growing my own little sprouts. Oh yeah. Nice little top there so it has some room to breathe, but I just put the seeds in there with a bunch of water, and Hunter made me a little stand like that. And it does this thing right in the kitchen. So you have some fresh microgreens. The kitchen stuff. I started going into the cleaning supplies. I realized Connor said I could use this if I used it super light to clean this. And this had like this orange stuff that almost looked like it was, let's see if I didn't do this side quite yet. So there was like little things that I thought it was like rusted, but also just look how yucky. I haven't got to that. Look how disgusting that looks. Ew. Same with here. Here is like where I started, or I'm kind of starting, and then this is, it goes just black, right? So I'm kind of working on cleaning that up. I'm sure it's not going to stay clean forever since it is propane. So the propane will get kind of yucky and dark. But like Connor said, you start to do one project and then you find another one, but that's okay. We're going to clean it all up, and that's just the way it goes. And I guess like I'm the dirty one today. Ooh. All right, maybe minor to everyone else, but I feel like that is a world of difference. She looks shiny. She looks nice. She looks real good.
It looks so good. How'd you do it?
I used the scrubby brush. But then I kept discovering that everything I wiped, it would actually work. There was so much stuff on here, and there was even like
you got the little stains off of here, huh?
I don't know.
Pretty good. We didn't get a before and after, but
Scrubby brush for the win!
I'm going to share with you guys how freaking relieved and kind of dumbfounded that I am that I never thought of this before, but we were running off the water pump and the whole water tank system this whole time, which really isn't necessary if you're at the dock and you have a water inlet somewhere. And it turns out we had this little water inlet here the whole time. We thought of it more as an outlet so that we could wash off after we go swimming or whatever, which is kind of what it's designed for, but it is tied into our entire system. So I ran a hose from the dock into there, which is pressurizing the entire system. Now I get to just leave the water pump off, and that is such a big difference, not hearing that water pump go off every time you flush the toilet or turn on the faucet or anything. Freaking stoked. And I come in here and I hear a bunch of water dripping, and look at this. Well, you probably can't see that, but there's just a few drips coming out every second. And yeah, I don't know if we're over the pressure rating because of the water source now, if we need a regulator or what's going on, but that's so fun. I love it when projects just keep coming back. After I hooked up the dock water to the inlet right there, we ended up having too much pressure in the system because the pressure coming out of the dock spigot here was 70 psi. So I installed this little guy here, which regulates the pressure to what are we at, 50? Oh, we're at 60 again. So I can just turn it down like that and get it down to the pressure that our pump and our whole system works at. Malvina is going to have to turn on the sink to get that pressure down. Once it does, we should be all good. So guys, what's been leaking because of that high pressure, and it's rated for 75 psi, but it's also, that's 75 psi at 200 degrees. So if our what I'm thinking is if our water pressure comes in at 70 psi and then it gets hot, then it's obviously going to expand and create a more pressurized system. So we're going to exceed that 75 psi. So it's just been dribbling a little bit, but it has been enough to kick on the bilge pump every once in a while, which is a good test for the bilge pump, but it is, yeah, kind of annoying to just hear that leak, and we don't want to keep the bilge wet all the time either, so happy that solved the problem. You hear that? That's right, me neither. There is no water pump going off right now, and it is the nicest thing in the world. Well, the water pump is a great check on how much water we're using. It'll be great to have while we're actually trying to conserve water, but while we have limitless supply over here in the marina, let's enjoy it. We ran through the tanks a little bit, so that's good to kind of clean out all the junk. They might not have had very much fresh water ran through them very much in the past few years, so now we ran through a few tanks already, so we should be good to just let that settle for a while and use the dock water. Stop following me, DJI.
What in the actual...
Using the wrong tool for the job. We should have a jigsaw on the boat, but instead I'm using a multi-tool and just doing a bunch of plunge cuts. But basically under here they had this little filler plate for the old through hole, and it looks like they replaced that seacock with a bigger one, and so this doesn't fit anymore, so we got a big void space down there and things keep falling in it, so I'm trying to make this the right size. I know I'm not super proud of this work, right?
Sometimes things go good and sometimes not so good, and then you just laugh at those ones. How many times has the milk spilled in here?
I think this is 100% of the time almost now.
Right now my rating is definitely 100% of the time. But I keep buying milk, and when I open the car door it falls in the driveway. It seems fine, and so I put it in there, and Connor's just like, the fridge is peeing milk right now. So we gotta clean up on aisle 12 real quick, and looks like I gotta wash my brand new cute little rug I just bought, but you know.
Just the corner, it's not that bad, but it will stink. Good
That's
job,
all right.
babe.
That's why we got, we love these mason jars. They're these mason jars that we've had them in glass for a really long time when we've been living on land. But Connor got the great idea to get them in plastic, even though I don't really like plastic, but while sailing, it's gonna be way easier to keep things and for them to not clink and crack and break. So we got a bunch of these plastic ones because we didn't think milk would actually, like a big gallon jug would fit in there. So I got lots of jugs to work with, I think.
I hope.
I hope. I may have used them for flour and sugar. Here we go.
Good job. Sitting here working hard, and I'm just playing around with the radio. I didn't know we could get regular FM radio stations on this thing. This is pretty cool.
Now we're going to dance parties.
We got weather reports, radio, rap music. What else we need? All right, now tell us about the project you're working on now.
I'm drinking this lovely soda water, sparkling berries. Hard work.
Okay, what I'm working on is still this window leak from before, from last week when it rained really hard. We found out we had a little leak in both of these windows here. Port lights, as they're called in the sailing community. So I rebedded them all with butyl tape, and that butyl tape is tough, so we have to basically screw it all in, and I stripped out some of the screws and then filled that with thickened epoxy, re-drill those holes, screw them back in, and then I screwed them much slower this time. And now to assist in pushing out the butyl tape, I am clamping it there, and then I can screw in slowly after the butyl tape kind of gets smushed in there. So those screw holes should be plenty strong, but just to be extra safe and to make sure we get an even spread on all that stuff, we're just gonna clamp it. And then my lovely assistant here has her razor blade.
Slash, is that the right tool?
Yes.
So I'm not just drinking my sparkling soda water. I am going to help him out. Just waiting for him to finish up so I can clean it all up.
There's a little bit closer view of what I'm working on. I'm just clamping this. I don't know if you can see, but that's a little bit bulged out there. And that's just butyl tape, and there's no screw in that section to kind of get that down. But if I clamp it and then tighten all these screws around the clamp, then hopefully everything will stay put and we'll be all sealed up. But you can see all the goo just ooze out of there as I tighten this clamp. Well, this one's not oozing much actually, but came out a little tiny bit. Anyway, as you can see, the gap's full now. We got some crazy wind today. It's a little too windy to barbecue, but we got this tri-tip thawed out. So I'm gonna sear it up a little bit with the propane torch instead, and then throw her in the oven. Gotta be creative sometimes. Whisk, or, well, she has a whisk, but no mixer. So we're gonna make her mixer thingy. Okay. You guys already know what's coming. So we are going to just chop this other one off right here. Oop. And then tell me, is that scary or what? A little bit.
Oh my god. I'm gonna stick to my hand.
I'm gonna get to soldering this together or something. Make it legit. I didn't have to solder it or anything, but like, it's pretty legit. There we go.
Wobbly, but...
Oh yeah,
Okay,
sorry guys, I know it's loud.
We're done. Oh! I just got on your drill.
What? Making me all sweet? It works, folks. Trying to minimize on tools here. I mean, only important tools, no mixers. So we're gonna start cutting bread with the Sawzall.
What else? Tools, see? They're good for projects, all sorts of them.
Mm-hmm. Even ladies like them. There's a really cool benefit about the drill too, is that it's heavy enough so you can just hover this right over your bowl. You don't have to like lean it up against like the old mama's drill. What are they called? Mixers?
Little bit of vanilla extract. It's time to whip it up.
This is tool time with Malwina. Be very delicate with the drill.
I'm using my left hand instead of my right hand.
That's what I was using.
Yeah, but you're left-handed. There we go. Yeah, you gotta be very gentle. You don't want to go little oopsie whoopsie, thought going too fast.
Oh, there's a little one right there. They're looking great. I can't wait to eat these drill brownies.
Specialty. And then that goes off to the side. And then you're going to do the dry ingredients. Wow, look at all these oopsies I made. There are splatters everywhere.
She needs a little control with her drill finger. Takes time.
Thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, questions, or things you want to see, hit us up in the comments below.